Alright, so billions and billions of people, okay, I wish billions, but okay, a handful of people have asked me a bunch of times how to make Origami Hydra dragon, or how to make, you know, just a regular modular dragon that I created. What we're going to use is a Chinese modular unit. If you look at my previous video, I show you how to make the unit. It's very, very easy. It's a mind-numbing task because you end up using 600 of those. So I highly suggest recycling paper. Schoolwork paper, no one wants to keep that. I just take stacks of that. I get hundreds of pages of old worksheets that I don't need anymore, and that's what I use. And you're probably wondering, like, Asian Tom, should use Asian, Darkly 9, whatever. It's the middle of summer. Why the hell are you wearing a sweatshirt? Because my parents are crazy. They keep it really fucking cold. And I'm Asian. I was born in the tropics. I fucking hate the cold. Okay? So, yeah, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Even my little friend. Oh, sorry. My little friend Kakashi. Love him. Although, not gonna lie, the Naruto videos, Naruto, anime, manga, starting to die out for me. So, this is what we're gonna make. I will say right now, it's backward engineered from this video, this picture, this design. If you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to check out dark89.deviantart.com, you know, my art place in the world where it's posted, the actual pictures. And if you're my friend on Facebook, you know, if you're not, friend me, tell me you're from YouTube, DeviantArt, whatever, who you are. And you can see, like, the work in progress pictures, the concept ideas, and that stuff. Alright, so, okay, that was a lot of paint, okay. Start off with, I don't have the model put together anymore, because I'm moving to Nebraska. That kinda sucks. But, whatever. So I had to put it away for moving purposes. So, get my magical box of origami. Oh yeah, there's a lot. Got these smaller pieces. Smaller pieces that are still pretty big. Let's see if oh, there's a wing. Oh, it fell apart. More wing, hang on. Oh, here's some part of the main body. More chunk of the main body. More wing. Body. Wing. Big chunk of body. Oh, that's where the neck is. I think. Another big chunk of body. So. Ooh, the feet. And they're still together. Cool. A head, another head. Ah, the tail. That was a great idea. Another head. Foot. Another chunk of body. Random bit of body. All done. Well, that's interesting. I think that's it. Okay, cool. Wait, hang on, my friend just sent me an IM. I was reading a fanfic where Harry Potter's on conquering all of Europe, both magical or not. What's that? Cool beans. Peanuts. Fuck, I can't spell. Alright. So, here's a single modular unit, okay? You know, I showed you how to make it. Very simple. The main body, you just, let's see, I guess I'll actually, because I have a bunch of these. So what you do, you set them right next to each other, and the little opening, I don't know if you can see that, this is my webcam, so it's not very good quality. you just take this and stick it inside. After you make a couple modular units, you can see very easily what's going on. I mean, you probably can't see very well because it's on my webcam. And you just do that a couple times until, you know, you start getting something like this. Well, the thing is, I didn't want to have to deconstruct it and put it all back together again. So this is based off of the smaller piece. You could just make this. See, I ended up gluing it here just so it would stick together while it moved. You can just make it larger. Each one of these is 3 units long across width, so it's a total of 6 units wide. Meaning that, you know, it's, if you want to make it that thick, it'll be 6 units wide. I'm not going to specifically show you how to make each part, just give you an idea of what to do. Let's see if I can pull this up, some of my older photos up. Not that one, that's still. So what you want to do, you kind of you start putting it together. I used rubber band here to keep it folded, and then you just at the neck, you just start splitting it up. Right where, oh, you can't see very well, but you just kind of split it apart, and eventually what does happen is that it does, in fact, you can get it to split into 3 separate pieces. This way, you know, it'll split into the Hydra that we want, the 3 different heads, which is great because that's what we want. Then eventually, what you need to do, you start making the actual head piece. Well, the head, all it is a bunch of the units put together. It's the widest point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units width, and then from each end you just start, you make it a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less until it gets small. And same thing with on top. Your side pieces are inevitably going to go whatever. For the neck part, let's see. I can probably quick remake the neck. I don't like that unit. And the good thing about doing modular units, each individual piece doesn't matter so much. You know? It's the overall effect that's gonna matter. So what you do, all you do is, see, normally when you would stick it in, you would stick it in so it lines up with it, and then it will get longer and longer. But if you want spikes like I have, all you have to do is flip the unit over, place it inside, take another unit, and stick it around it. And now you have a spike. Quite simple. I don't really understand why people didn't, you know, it's not all that difficult. The feet are, yes, entirely made out of the units. That's really just working around. I mean, all of this is just the same unit. Just flip it around sometimes, put it in, see what works. I mean, you have my photos to get an idea of what's going on. I mean, I have a detailed photo of the tail. The tail, again, it's just a bunch of those units. They're all facing the same way generally, except for where you want spikes, and you flip them around. And what you can also do, just cut the piece of paper again, make it smaller, and that's how you get it for more detailed work. Let's see. Pull up another photo. Not that one. That's not very good. You know, personally, what I did, I started out use making the heads first, just because it's easier. I use, old models, and you can see here how we're starting to get this curve. Well, that's great, and then, we have the heads, and got little spikes everywhere, which is great, and we have the diamond-shaped head. Well, that's exactly what we wanted. Because, well, we're just trying to capture the artistic sense of the dragon, not completely detailed, but I like to use the modular units compared to just a single sheet of paper because I feel it adds more detail. Simply because I have not gotten to doing Satoshi Kamiya's Ryuzen, which is freaking amazing. His has scales. Well, a lot of others don't have scales. So, with modular units, you're getting scales. You're getting scales on top and inside. And you get nice, sharp points. And, okay, what else haven't I showed you? Okay. So, for the wings, let's see if I have, you start making this base, and then you split it up. If I can figure it out, it's not that difficult. So it'll arc out into 3 different pieces. And I use smaller units, so I could get a better bend for it. Once you get that figured out, then all I did was take a big sheet of paper, glue it underneath it, because it's a dragon, it's webbing, it's in between, like, bones. If you think of the anatomy of a dragon, this will be very simple for you. And I have a complete obsession for dragon, just because they're freaking amazing. They have, like, long fingers, which would be the bones, and I made them have spikes on them just because I like to have spiky stuff on it, and it's really cool like that. Okay, attaching the bone wings to the actual body, that's difficult. So what I did, I came up with this, I came up with all of this, obviously, except for the unit. How did I do that? Oh, right. Hang on. I don't remember. Did I have bigger ones? Yes, I did. So I started out, the 4 front wings are going to be bigger because they were anatomically it would have started growing first. So I attached them, I believe, right in front of the foot and behind where the neck would join. That's anatomically, that's where wings grow. It's like where the shoulder blades are. Well, in the fantasy world anyway. And everyone knows I live in the fantasy world. So I used the larger units, and just made 2 smaller units, stuck them inside, and hope for the best. And you just kind of stick it in there, and it does fit through friction, and so on and so forth. I showed you the tail. Let's see. Showed you that. I showed you that. Ooh. So, another option to do is, I didn't do this because I ran out of time. I had to go back to college. Boring. In the dragon head, you can, and there's definitely room. Take some smaller units, and you can add teeth, which would be great. I might actually come back and remake one of these. Maybe I'll make a tutorial while I'm making it, which would be a lot easier. Because all of these are kind of put together, and I really don't want to have to take it all apart as of yet. So, after I came up with the feet design, and the tail design, and the head design, well then, I came back, dragon, you're only about 2 feet long. That's not good enough. I want you to be more of an Eastern dragon. At first, I was going to make it entirely an Eastern dragon, but then I was like, I want to make wings. And what you do, you start making it longer, and I decided, it should have 2 curves. Should have these 2 curves, 2 different lumps, and have the feet be at the bottom. Whatever, feet. Triangle. And that's, you just get at it. This isn't a very good tutorial. It's more of like a concept design thing for you guys. I'm not gonna go through and teach you everything. Let's see. Just remember, if you look at some anatomy designs for dragons, you can come up with your own design. Because I don't want to really have to teach you. Show every 600 freaking ones put together. It will take you a long time. That is certain. What I did for the wings, make sure that the longest bone I found that works for me, longest bone is the one I believe closest to the body, and then it's very similar in length, the one in the middle, and then the third bone for the wing is shortest. And then, yeah, that pretty much covers it. It's not that great of a tutorial, it's a concept tutorial. If you really have any questions, and if there's enough interest shown, maybe if you guys, give me some money, convince me to do this for you and take the time. Maybe I will make like a full-fledged, real, step-by-step tutorial. I wouldn't hold my breath because I am very busy. darkelite9.lavjournal.com, making a manga. You might want to check it out. I only have chapter 0 posted. I'm doing the artwork right now. I'll sneak peek. But hang on. You can't see anything besides the white page, can you? Yeah. Okay, whatever. I'm doing artwork for Era X. So, yeah. If you have questions, I guess you can ask. Good luck.